In the opulent halls of Abu Dhabi's power brokers, a bold and ambitious vision was quietly taking shape. The United Arab Emirates, already a rising force in the Gulf, was setting its sights on a new frontier, one that would reshape the balance of power in the Horn of Africa and the Red Sea. The plan was audacious. The UAE would transform Eritrea's Assab port, a strategic outpost near the Bab al-Mandeb Strait, into a world-class commercial and military hub. This move would not only cement Emirati dominance over the Red Sea's vital shipping lanes, but also give the UAE a powerful foothold in a region where global interests collide. The vision was to turn Assab from a sleepy, underdeveloped port into a bustling gateway for trade and military operations, rivaling the world's busiest harbors. Modern terminals, advanced logistics, and a constant flow of cargo ships would anchor a chain of Emirati-controlled bases stretching across the region, linking Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. But this was about more than just modernization or economic opportunity. It was a calculated, strategic move, one designed to project Emirati power far beyond the Gulf, to shape the future of the Red Sea, and to challenge the influence of other global players, from Turkey to China. The world watched closely. The UAE's trillion-dollar offer to Eritrea promised not only economic revival and global prestige, but also the chance for Eritrea to emerge from decades of isolation. International media buzzed with speculation, and diplomats anticipated a new era for the region. For years, the UAE had already used Assab as a key military base for its operations in Yemen, investing heavily in infrastructure and forging what seemed to be a mutually beneficial relationship with Eritrea's leadership. The partnership had brought new roads, jobs, and a sense of shared purpose. But then, in a stunning and unexpected twist, Eritrea said no. The world was caught off guard. President Isaias Afwerki, known for his fierce independence and resistance to foreign influence, rejected the proposal outright. He made it clear that Eritrea's sovereignty was not for sale, no matter how lucrative the deal. Overnight, the UAE's grand strategy unraveled. The carefully laid plans collapsed, and the balance of power in the Red Sea was thrown into sudden chaos. Regional and global powers scrambled to reassess their positions as uncertainty rippled through diplomatic circles. Eritrea's move was a stark reminder that in the high-stakes world of geopolitics, national pride and sovereignty can outweigh even the most tempting offers. The decision sparked protests, debates, and a renewed sense of nationalism within Eritrea. As the dust settled, the giants of the region were left scrambling for their next move, and the future of the Red Sea remained more uncertain than ever. The Red Sea is a vital artery, connecting Europe and Asia, and serving as one of the world's most important maritime corridors. For centuries, its waters have been a crossroads for civilizations, traders, and empires, shaping the destinies of nations on its shores and far beyond. Today, the Red Sea carries about 12% of global trade through its narrow waters, with hundreds of cargo ships and oil tankers passing through every week. These vessels transport everything from energy supplies to consumer goods, making the Red Sea a lifeline for the global economy. Any disruption, whether from conflict, piracy, or political instability, can send shockwaves through the world economy. Even a brief closure or attack can cause shipping delays, spike insurance costs, and threaten the flow of vital resources to distant markets. That's why control over its ports and choke points has always been fiercely contested. Throughout history, empires and modern states alike have fought to secure these strategic gateways, knowing that dominance here means influence over global trade. Today, global and regional powers like the US, China, France, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia vie for influence here, each seeking to protect their interests and expand their reach. Their naval fleets patrol these waters, and their diplomats broker deals for access and alliances. The Bab al-Mandeb Strait, just 29 kilometers wide, is bandebootssteen besundetzen nine by Oidspan boin Alderban Einsteinschenan in Man Dobrain Entritut Bomber Surblan Monin Binderling. Whoever controls it holds a key to global trade. This narrow passage is so critical that even minor threats can have outsized impacts on shipping and security. Ports like Assab, Aden, and Djibouti are strategic prizes, especially amid ongoing regional conflicts. These ports serve as vital hubs for commerce, military operations, and humanitarian aid, making them focal points in the struggle for regional dominance. For the UAE, Dominating the Red Sea was a logical extension of its ambitions, securing trade, projecting power, and controlling critical infrastructure. By investing in ports and building a naval presence, the UAE aims to shape the future of this crucial waterway. In this new era of competition, the Red Sea has become the perfect stage for empire building, where the ambitions of nations play out against a backdrop of commerce, conflict, and shifting alliances. The UAE's interest in Assab was part of a broader string of pearls strategy, acquiring ports and bases across the Horn of Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. Through DP World, the UAE built a network from Berbera to Bosaso, blending commercial investments with military outposts. This approach embedded Emirati influence deep within host nations' infrastructure and security. The goal: safeguard trade, outmaneuver rivals like Qatar and Turkey, and create a seamless corridor of power. Assab was to be the crown jewel, connecting all the pearls into a dominant maritime empire. Securing Assab would have transformed the UAE's presence from scattered investments into a cohesive regional powerhouse. But without it, the grand design was left incomplete. Assab's value lay in its deep-water port, a rare asset along the Red Sea coast, perfectly suited for massive cargo ships that require deep berths and modern infrastructure. This port, with its expansive docks and strategic location, was a logistical dream for any nation seeking to project power or facilitate trade in the region. But Assab was more than just a port for commercial vessels. It could also accommodate warships, making it a dual-use facility of immense strategic importance. Its location, just 60 kilometers from Ethiopia, made it the natural gateway for a booming, landlocked nation desperate for sea access. For Ethiopia, Assab represented a lifeline to the outside world, a vital artery for imports and exports. The UAE quickly recognized Assab as the key to controlling Ethiopian trade and, by extension, influencing the economic fortunes of the Horn of Africa. Emirati officials saw an opportunity to insert themselves at the crossroads of commerce and geopolitics. Militarily, Assab's proximity to the Bab el-Mandeb Strait offered a vantage point over one of the world's busiest and most contested shipping lanes. Whoever controlled Assab could monitor, and, potentially, shape, the flow of goods and energy between Europe, Asia, and Africa. The UAE had already used Assab as a launchpad for its Yemen campaign, transforming the port into a forward operating base. This move demonstrated just how quickly Assab could shift from a commercial hub to a military stronghold. Now, Abu Dhabi wanted to make its presence permanent. For the UAE's leadership, Assab wasn't just another port, it was the linchpin connecting their economic ambitions with a far-reaching security strategy. The port symbolized a new era of Emirati influence, blending business with military might. Control over Assab meant a direct line into Africa's interior, opening up new markets and supply routes. It also provided leverage over regional logistics, giving the UAE a seat at the table in African affairs. In a region marked by fierce competition, Assab became a powerful tool against regional rivals. The UAE was ready to invest whatever it took, money, resources, and political capital, to secure its hold. For the UAE, Assab was not just important, it was essential, the crown jewel in their grand design for regional dominance and prosperity. The UAE's offer to Eritrea was unprecedented, a $1 trillion long-term plan to overhaul Assab and the region. The first phase included dredging the harbor, building new terminals, and creating logistics parks and free trade zones. The UAE also pledged to build highways and railways linking Assab to Ethiopia, guaranteeing a steady flow of trade. Central to the deal was a 99-year lease for a permanent Emirati naval and air base, making Assab the command center for Red Sea operations. In exchange for capital and expertise, the UAE sought near-total control. The vision: make the UAE the undisputed gatekeeper of the southern Red Sea. Eritrea's rejection was rooted in national pride and a fierce defense of sovereignty. President Afwerki saw the 99-year lease and permanent foreign base as a threat to Eritrea's hard-won independence. Assab is Eritrea's main bargaining chip with Ethiopia, whose leader has openly sought sea access, even by force. Handing Assab to the UAE would have weakened Eritrea's leverage and entangled it in Gulf rivalries. Afwerki accused the UAE of expansionism, deepening mistrust. The leadership decided the strategic costs outweighed the economic benefits. Eritrea's message: sovereignty is not for sale. Eritrea's "no" sent shockwaves through the region, forcing the UAE to scramble for alternatives. Abu Dhabi shifted focus to other ports, but none matched Assab's unique advantages. Ethiopia, desperate for sea access, found its options shrinking, and tensions with Eritrea rising. The failed deal has pushed the two neighbors closer to confrontation. Meanwhile, Turkey, Qatar, and other powers see new openings to expand their influence in the Horn of Africa. Global players like China and the US are watching the instability closely. Alliances are shifting, and the strategic chessboard has been reset. The UAE must now rethink its approach, while Ethiopia faces growing pressure at home. Eritrea's bold move has changed the game for everyone. By rejecting the UAE, Eritrea doubled down on self-reliance, sending a message of defiance to foreign powers. President Afwerki is betting that Assab's value will eventually bring suitors on Eritrea's terms. But the risks are real: deeper isolation, economic hardship, and possible retaliation from the UAE. With few allies and a fragile economy, Eritrea's stand could prove costly. The UAE, meanwhile, will likely double down on other regional investments and seek more flexible partnerships. The failed deal is a lesson. Local realities can derail even the grandest plans. The once close Eritrea-UAE relationship is now marked by mistrust and uncertainty. Both nations must navigate a new reality. Eritrea seeking development without compromise, the UAE recalibrating its ambitions. The fallout will shape the region for years to come. Eritrea's rejection of the UAE's trillion-dollar vision for Assab is a turning point in the Red Sea's power struggle. It's a reminder that even small nations can upend the ambitions of giants. The UAE's strategy is now in flux, with rivals eager to fill the vacuum. Tensions between Eritrea and Ethiopia are rising, and the region faces new uncertainty. Eritrea has defended its sovereignty but risks deeper isolation. The challenge now is to leverage Assab's value without succumbing to pressure. The dream of a UAE-dominated Red Sea is over. A new, more complex chapter has begun. The ripples from Eritrea's decision will shape the region's future for years to come.